Hello, my name is Brett Elliott, and you are watching APMEX Answers. In this segment, we're going to explore the silver supply and silver demand and what the data means for investors. Now, for those of you who just want the answer, yes, technically there is a shortage. But that doesn't mean the price will shoot to several $100s an ounce, and it doesn't necessarily mean you won't be able to acquire silver either. Let's talk about shortages real quick and level set. When you see headlines in the news talking about shortages, and there's usually some drama behind that, there might be images of empty grocery shelves, articles talking about parents who can't get baby medicine. There's an air of panic or desperation about those articles. But shortages are commonplace. In economic terms, a shortage just means the demand is greater than the supply, and the price adjusts accordingly. If there is a severe shortage, especially for essential goods or commodities, that can cause a pretty massive price spike. And obviously, as investors in silver coinage and bars, we're keenly interested in knowing if there is a shortage and what kind of shortage we're looking at. So let's examine the data. If you look at historical spot price trends, silver was fairly stable through the 90s. It began increasing in value in the early 2000s. And in the aftermath of the '08 financial crisis, silver spent some time above $30 an ounce, even going above $50 an ounce, briefly in the spring of 2011. The first time it had broken that barrier since the Hunt brothers tried to corner the market in 1980. After the economy began its recovery, we saw the price of silver decline down to about $15 an ounce, and it hovered around there till 2020. Where another catastrophe caused demand to increase, thereby creating a shortage situation. We've seen silver pop over $25 an ounce several times. Now, when we say shortage, we don't want you to believe we're implying that we're running out of silver in the global supply chain and that there won't be any more silver available. You can buy silver, it hasn't run out, and there's always more being mined. Mexico is the world's largest producer of silver, and the biggest mine in Mexico extracted a little over 53 million ounces of silver last year. On top of that, they have an estimated 2.3 billion ounces of silver still in the ground, not counting what they haven't discovered yet. That said, if they continued to extract ore at that rate and of the same quality, there's something like 40 to 50 years more available supply that we can readily identify in that one mine alone. So if you're watching channels on YouTube that are telling you to buy silver because the world is running out, I've seen some of those, and I know you may have as well. I'm going to encourage you to do some digging on your own before you take out loans to buy silver. Now, we said earlier there is still a shortage, so there is silver, but rate of extraction and the quality of the ore affects how much global supply there is in the marketplace. And not only that, but the data shows us how much silver is being supplied comes out to about 1.03 billion ounces of new silver for 2022, while demand was about 1.1 billion ounces. In other words, we were roughly 70 million ounces short of total demand. Now, remember everyone, there is silver below ground and there's silver above ground. So that extra 70 million ounces would have been taken from the above ground stocks. In 2021, we were roughly 50 million ounces in the hole. So over the last 2 years, we've been short about 120 million ounces of silver. Price has been elevated for the last couple of years as a result. It's true that our above ground stocks of available silver bullion are not infinite, and if we run out of those, that would be a shortage for the history books. We're not there yet, but if demand continues to outpace supply, it will eventually happen as it does with all other commodities. And products. So I bet the next question you have has to do with the amount of above ground stocks available. If only we knew how much was available for purchase, we could forecast when a shortage could turn critical, right? Well, believe it or not, no one really knows how much above ground silver is available in the market. Research groups have put out wildly different estimates. It's unclear how much is truly available. When I say wildly different, I mean they're billions of ounces different. When silver is extracted from the ground, about half goes into industrial purposes while the other half is used for investment purposes. And historically, silver was used in coinage. If you've seen some old silver coins, you know some of them can get pretty beat up in circulation. Sometimes silver's lost in a hidden stash or a boating accident, and it's pretty much gone at that point. Silver that gets used in electronics or alloyed with other materials may be unavailable as a resource without special recycling processes. And whatever ore is extracted from the ground has to be refined, with the quality of the ore determining the available quantity in the end. The point is, it's difficult to estimate how much silver is above ground and how much of that is available for trade. Hey, if it were easy to predict when a shortage would turn catastrophic, we'd probably already know the date. So, to wrap things up, yes, there is a shortage. No, it's not time to panic. And no, we can't predict when a shortage will worsen to the point that silver pops to the level the Hunt brothers hit and beyond. When investing in silver, take your time, consult a financial advisor, and make wise investment decisions that work for you and your family. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with a friend.